sounds as though Elon Musk would like to tone down this war of words between him and the US president, Donald Trump. However, Trump now is reportedly planning to sell the red Tesla he bought in March as a show of support for Musk. He also told ABC News in a phone call that Musk had lost his mind and that he has no interest in talking to him. Musk, of course, is apparently put out by the tax and spending bill that would rapidly ratchet back subsidies for electric vehicles in the United States, including Teslas. Let's get more from a guy who's been watching this situation, Jay Van Sciver, partner and industrials head at Hedgeye Risk Management. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Jay.
Thanks very much for having me on.
This is entertaining the world, and people had predicted that these two big egos, there was a real risk for a long time that they would fall out. But to start off, what are the implications for Tesla, the auto company here? Does anything leap to mind?
I think it's a very dangerous plan to start a fight with the president 6 months into a 4-year term when that president, his party controls both houses of Congress and has a majority conservative Supreme Court. I mean, Trump is an incredibly well-positioned president who has taken some extraordinary powers within the executive branch, many of which are being challenged in court, but for the moment exercises a tremendous amount of authority and will for a prolonged period of time. There are many levers from tax policy, which you noted in the introduction, to DOJ investigations, the SEC, the NHTSA, to government contracts with SpaceX. Trump has many levers to make Musk unhappy or damage his business empire. We
know that the EV subsidy reduction will affect companies other than Tesla, but it is particularly vulnerable here.
It is, and I think that Donald Trump, if he sells his red Tesla, will be surprised at how much it's depreciated since he bought it. The used EV market is oversupplied, and residual values are down quite a bit. It's actually an interesting time to purchase an EV if you are in the market and would like one. There's a red one apparently coming for sale. In general, the subsidy regime for EVs has been ratcheted back pretty gradually since, I guess, the Biden administration cut it back in the IRA. And this will be a further reduction of it in the big, beautiful bill, assuming it's able to pass.
Is that what has got Musk annoyed here? Wall Street Journal says another bone of contention is the fact that Trump doesn't want to back Musk's preferred nominee to run NASA.
I think there are, as you point out, multiple points of contention from these two fairly big egos. It is amazing to me that they coexisted as long as they both did. Neither of them is known for bending the knee, for being anything other than a very aggressive competitor. I think it's a difficult situation. I think that in that balance, Musk is probably the more vulnerable party. What he's aggrieved by is probably a series of things, not least of which he probably did realize how important the EV tax credit is for Tesla sales.
And Republicans are also apparently going after California's electric vehicle mandate, and that again could be bad for Tesla. Now, Musk did almost immediately say he was going to withdraw his support for the U.S. space program, but he's immediately backed down on that thing. So it sounds like Musk is a little discombobulated here, a bit confused.
That's a great question. I would say that Elon Musk is really effective at getting from one crisis to the sort of next crisis, right? There's always some big event, like sales are going to be down. So he has a big, promotion, and he offers free charging. He does these things. He's going to raise prices next quarter, and he kind of gets the sales numbers to work. He often has some sort of an overarching plan. In this particular case, I do not immediately see what it is. I think that picking a fight with Donald Trump is a terrible idea. He is a person who, if you read his biographies, right, is prone to fits of anger. And he may have just gotten very angry and tweeted things out, calling for the impeachment of Donald Trump and suggesting he's involved in the Epstein affair, which is two things that are very, very hard to walk back as a citizen and CEO of a company.
The Musk, of course, a major donor. He gave almost $300 million to support Trump and the Republicans' election victory. And there's talk of another $100 million that he's supposed to be donating to Republican causes. But perhaps apparently that's in doubt now, the latter sum.
Yeah, I think that kind of involvement in government is one aspect of Musk. I think for Tesla shareholders, bigger concern is the governance at Tesla. That there is no board oversight of Elon Musk, his political activities, what his political activities are doing to the brand, what they are doing to the regulatory environment in which Tesla operates, the legislative environment. And I think the more concerning aspect for Tesla shareholders is what kind of accountability does a CEO have to the board and shareholders when they're in this kind of position of being the ultimate key man, this thing that props up the excessive valuation of Tesla shares, as he kind of goes out and does whatever he wants. You would be hard pressed to think of a CEO of another company behaving in this kind of way in the global political sphere.
Do you reckon that Tesla is overvalued, inflated?
Oh, yeah, Tesla's massively overvalued. I don't think anybody any reasonable analysis of it could suggest that a company that has declining margin, aging products, increasing competition, and not just like a little increasing competition, but it's worth noting like 3-4 years ago, there were basically no competing EVs. Today, there are endless competing EVs that are very high quality, especially in China, but even the Audis and Mercedes, BMW has more models of electric vehicle than Tesla does. So this is, I think, a very different operating environment into which to pick this kind of a fight with the executive branch of the U.S. government.
We had better jump. Thank you very much indeed, Jay.
Thank you.
Jay Van Sciver, partner in an industrials head at Hedgeye Risk